Hi everybody. I hope you all are fine and taking care of your family members. Dear students, once again I am repeating today that uh, I hope, and I believe that you all are following all the protocols of COVID 19 set by our government. And I think your elders are also giving you suggestions, giving you advice, and you all are following that and leading a disciplined and happy life at home. Dear all, you know that sometimes situations appear in our life, we can't do anything, but there are certain ways by which we can uh, fight against that situation, and in that situation also we can lead a happy life. For that, what we have to do, we have to decide that we will lead a disciplined life, lead a healthy life, and we will not see that what others are doing. We will do what is good for us, and if we want, we can change the situation and bring it to a positive mode. John Ashraf has rightly said, no matter your current circumstances, if you can imagine something better for yourself, you can create it. So, dear students, you are small, you are more energetic, so you can do anything, you can change the negativity of this world and bring it to positivity. I welcome you all to today's class of English. In our previous classes, dear students, we have started with the chapter adjectives, and we are learning the various sections of this chapter one by one, since the chapter is a bit big. Today we will know about the formation of adjectives. We will learn how the adjectives are formed, and then we will learn about the degrees of comparison of adjectives. Although these things are also not new for you, you can understand these things in a better way. Okay, when I'll start teaching, you will remember the things you have done in your previous class. So we will know that adjectives are formed by adding certain suffixes to nouns, verbs, and other adjectives. Not only suffixes, some other words are also added, but generally the suffixes are added. Although this prefix and suffix you have already done, so just a reminder, a revision of prefix and suffix. A prefix is a word part added to the beginning of a word that changes the word's meaning. Like dis plus appear, that is disappear, n plus close, that is enclose. Now, suffix is a word part added to the end of a word that changes the word's meaning. Like happy and ly. So when the last word is y, last letter is y. So I'm sorry, students. When the last letter of happy is y, then when we'll join happy and the y will be changed to I. So HAPPILY. Sometimes students don't change it, so take care of that. Soft and ness, that is softness. Now there are some adjectives formed with nouns, that is lucky, luck plus y, lucky, natural, magical, childish, child to childish, etc. Adjectives formed with verbs are enjoy and then able, that is enjoyable, help then full, that is helpful, talk, then ative, talkative, and obedient. Okay. Adjectives formed with adjectives. There are three things we have learnt, that adjectives are formed with nouns, verbs, and adjectives. There is comical. Comic is a quality. Then elderly, reddish, sickly. Okay. Now you have an exercise D. You can do it yourself also, so you will try it. Now, degrees of comparison of adjective. There are 3 degrees of comparison of adjective. That is positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. In your previous class also you have gone through this. I think in 6 also. Now there's a chart given on the same page where the degrees of comparison of adjective is given. You will go through that chart. There are the examples of degrees of a comparison of adjectives. You will learn from there. Now then we have exercise E. Examples against the rules of forming the comparative and superlative degrees of adjective. Answers, I have written the answers for you and I will send it to you. So here in number 1 it is written in the question that you have to write the examples by using ER, EST and using only R and ST. So when a word ends with a consonant and vowel, you know, I think A, E, I, O, out of the alphabets, all alphabets, 26 alphabets, A, E, I, O, U are vowels and rest are consonant. So if the word ends with a consonant, here smart ends with T, which is a consonant, then we will add ER and EST respectively, because this ER is for comparative degree and EST is for superlative degree. So smart, smarter, smartest. Similarly, short, T is a consonant again. Shorter, short, shorter, shortest. But if a word ends with a vowel, that is brave, the word ends with E, here close also word ends with E, which is a vowel. So brave, already E is given at the end, so we will use only R or ST. So BRAVER, BRAVEST, brave, braver, bravest. Similarly, close, closer, closest. Second one is, as I was talking to you, that if the word ends with Y, when we will add we will add the suffix with it, then Y will become I. So creamy, creamier, creamiest. Creamy, after M there is a Y, but when we are writing in comparative and superlative degree, it becomes IER, IEST. Now busy. Busy also the same situation here. The last alphabet is Y, so BUSIER, BUSIEST. Now there are some words in English which ends with a consonant, but just before that consonant there is a vowel. So if the situation is like that, then in the comparative and superlative degree, the last alphabet will be doubled. Like the word big, it ends with a consonant G, but before G the vowel I is there. So big, bigger, biggest. Big is BIG, but bigger BIGGER, biggest BIGGEST. Similarly, slim. Slim, slimmer, slimmest. SLIMMER, SLIMMEST. Now the fourth one is, there are some words in English which are bigger, longer words. So if we break them, there could be 3 syllables. One syllable, 2 syllable, 3 syllable words you might have heard. Suppose if we say boy, boy is a single syllable word. If we say played, so play and ed, 2 double syllable words. But if we talk about beautiful, beautiful, 3 syllable words. I think if you remember, when you were very small in KG and prep, your parents were helping you learning a word by breaking them, the spellings. So similarly like that, these are called syllables. So when are the longer words, 3 syllable word, then we will not use ER and EST, rather we will use more and most. So beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Similarly, intelligent, 3 syllables. So more intelligent, most intelligent. I hope you have understood this exercise. Then exercise F. You have fill in the blanks with suitable adjective. This you could have done yourself also, but I have made it. Like first one was done for you. Second one is scary was left for you. You had to add. So a horror story, a horror drama, a horror movie. You'll go through this. You may use your own words also, which will suit here. Okay. Now exercise G. Here again the answers I have given you. Here, Mary wrote the best essay in the, I have written all the answers Kindly go through it, because I think you have to write as per the instruction what will be the sometimes in exam it is asked that positive degree is given, you have to convert it to superlative or comparative. Similarly, comparative is given, you have to convert it to positive and superlative, so like that. Now next is let's perfect it. This let's perfect it is there in almost all the chapters. So here fill in the blanks with adjectives formed from the words given in the brackets. So bracket words are given. I have written only answer here. So you will tally your answers with you. First you do yourself in the book, and then you will tally your answers yourself. The bracket words are given and you have to read the sentence very carefully and sentences very carefully, and accordingly you will decide that which degree of comparison will be used, and you will fill it with the help of the bracket words. You have to use the degrees of the bracket words only. Okay, you cannot create your own word and write. Exercise B. Here in this exercise, the adjectives are missing. So you have to put a slash to tell where the adjective is missing, and you have to use the correct degree of comparison over there. Now, as I have told you that in positive degree, the person is not compared to anyone. In comparative degree, the person, thing, animal, place, all these things. In positive degree also, person, place, animal, thing, because we are talking about nouns only. So in positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. Positive degree, the noun is not compared to anything or anyone. In comparative degree, the noun is compared to the comparison is between only two. So, and the word than will be used in comparative degree. And in superlative degree, the person, place, animal or thing is compared to the whole lot, and before the adjective degree of comparison you will use the. And in comparative degree, than is used after the degree after the adjective which you will use. So here this also I made for you. I'll send it through the PDF. You will go through it, and wherever you will feel trouble, you will ask if you have any other answer. Exercise C in Let's Perfect It. Here also I have given the answers only. So here the instructions are given at the end of the question, and according to the instruction, I think it will be given that in exam also it will be given, and in book also it is given that you have to change the particular sentence into which degree of comparison. So what you will see, first of all you will see the adjective in that sentence, and you will see the adjective is in which form and which form you have to change. See, and number 1, Rima is the most intelligent student in the class. Most and intelligent it is written because we have already learned that intelligent is the 3-syllable words. Like that only I have given almost only one sentence you might be confused about. I have got the highest, one question is there, I have got more marks in mathematics than other students in my class. So although we have learned that the degree of comparison with where more which more is following is much, more, most, and many, more, most. So in that way the superlative degree should be most. But if we write here I have got the most marks in mathematics, it does not sound good. So here you will use the appropriate word, I have got the highest marks in mathematics in my class, as superlative degree. Okay. So this way most of the answers I have solved, and I'll be sending you 12 questions are there. So you will understand the sentences first, and then only you will copy them down. First I would suggest you again that first you do the exercises yourself very honestly, and then you tally your answers with the answers sent by me through PDF. Or even if you are copying down, you try to understand the answers in a proper way, and then only you will write, because quite possible that in exam the same sentences won't be given, so you won't be able to understand the question in that way during exam. Exercise D, which is on page number 21. Exercise E, page number 22. Then these two are your holiday homework. Comprehension is there in the towards the end of the chapter, which is a travel brochure. Travel brochure is something in which suppose you know something about the travel. Suppose you are going to travel through a travel agency, so everything will be mentioned in the brochure, that how would you travel, or everything about the traveling. So travel brochure, you go through it very properly, and then you do the exercise, that is on page number 22-23. Then we have let's build words. Prefix and suffix we have learned today, that is on page number 24. You will do exercise A, B and C as your holiday homework. I will send the holiday homework to your WhatsApp group and campus care also, so you will be understanding it in a better way. And although for subject enrichment also, I have decided that you will write an essay in about 120 to 150 words on the topic pandemic versus willpower. I hope you will be able to write, and after writing it, try to learn it. So it's better that if you'll write yourself, then you need not learn it, or even if you are taking somebody's help or from Google, or you are asking your parents or elders, in that case you have to learn it. One more thing I would like to talk to you, which I have missed in the previous chapter. Something I have missed, so I'll send that page also to you. That when we were talking about points to remember in the kinds of adjectives, there we have learned that some and any are used with both countable and uncountable nouns. And we have talked about some examples also. That is, there is some rice in the container, there is some milk in the bottle. Here I have missed the example using some with a countable noun. So I have added, and I'll send this page again to you, so kindly go through it. I've added one countable nouns with the use of some, that is, there are some people gathered here. So here some and any, these are used with countable, uncountable both. Okay, so I'm going to give you some one or two homework from the chapter adverbs also, because adverbs also you know very well. So before that, I would like to say, just remind you what is an adverb. An adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, and another adverb, or even a whole sentence. For example, he sings loudly. Here loudly is adverb of manner. Okay. Then Mohit is very tall. Here we are talking about adjective. First one which I said, he sings loudly. Here the adverb modifies a verb. Adverb tells that how does he sing. So he sings loudly. Then Mohit is very tall. Here tall is an adjective, so it modifies an adjective, and we are telling he is very tall. Okay, very is the adjective here. Adverb which modifies an adjective. Then the program ends too quickly. So we are talking about adverb modifies another adverb. Too quickly, we talk about degrees of adverb. So here as per your book, there are 6 kinds of adverbs which are mentioned here. Since you follow the books matters much, so adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, adverbs of degree, adverbs of frequency, and interrogative adverbs. Adverbs of manner answers the question how or in what manner. So the examples are politely, fast. We don't say fastly, okay? We say quickly, but we don't say fastly. Adverbs of place answer where. So but here where we will not talk about school, home, because these are nouns. So adverbs of place talks about upstairs, down, upward, downward, this way. Then adverb of time also doesn't tell the exact time. It tells time like yesterday, now, today, tomorrow. Then adverbs of degree tells to what extent an action is done. That is very, to, means yeah, we have just now talked about the program ended too quickly. Then we have adverbs of frequency, and it answers how often, like always, seldom, rarely, never. This kind of words are used in adverbs of frequency. Then interrogative adverbs. These ask questions, but the questions which answers why, when, etc. Why, when, how, where, this kind of questions are asked in interrogative adjectives. So dear students, I hope that you have remembered what all things you have learned in adverbs in your previous class. So when the homework will be given, homework will be very simple of this chapter, you will be able to do. So this is enough for today. I hope you will do all your holiday homework very well, and you will be doing it honestly, because you are in class 8 now. So you have to learn how to do the things yourself. But if it is very difficult, you can ask somebody's help, or you can see the Google sometimes if it is very difficult. So dear students, going to end my class here. Keep yourself safe and sound. Have a nice day. Thank you.